What do you make of those MVP chants when you heard them?
I gotta make a foul shot when I hear him, though, right? That's part of the deal. But it's cool. You feel me? It's the last home game of the year, so I'm glad the fans, got out to see a win, a good win, a shorthanded win where a lot of guys stepped up. I was just a product of that tonight. So I just went out there, really played hard, tried to give it our all. It's our last game in front of our fans this year, so just tried to put on a show.
Did you realize it was going to be a career high in points while it was happening, or?
Not really. I mean, it was kind of just in the flow of the game. I realized kind of what they were doing with their game plan with me when it came to me, so it was just kind of just figuring out when to attack, when to get to my spots, when to pass the ball. So I was just really finding the open guy, and that opened up the rest of the floor for me. So just keep getting off the ball when I need to, keep finding the open guy, and it's just going to pay dividends for myself too. So.
What about the triple-double today? Happy with that?
Yeah, for sure. Don't quote me, but this is probably my first triple-double ever. Yeah, I've never been a 10 assist guy in my life. I never really got 8 until I stepped foot into this facility. So, just a product of what this coaching staff, what these guys have brought out of me. They realized I could do with the basketball. So, all the credit goes for them. I'm just the one making the pass. They got to make the shot at the end of the day. So, all the credit goes to my guys wearing that 905 jersey.
You're closing in on your first full season as a professional. And you've grown as a pro, and you've had lots of stuff to do with off the court as well. What have you learned about yourself over this 10 months?
I learned that I'm Brazilian, man, and, I feel like that comes from where I was raised. My mother was a big part of that. But, this year has been a tough year for me for sure, especially off the court. There's a lot of stuff I had to deal with. So it makes it real easy to show up to work every day knowing that I got guys, whether it's on the 905 or the Raptors, that look at me as family, and that make me smile for a couple hours in my day. So I had to overcome a lot this year, but at the end of the day, that's what makes me a great person, a better player. So I'm thankful for everything I went through.
Has basketball always been an escape for you, or is it especially so this season?
I feel like especially so this season because this is the first time I'm really away from home. I'm a New Jersey kid. I went to Rutgers for 4 years. I graduated. Then I moved to Toronto, so it was new for me for sure. It was an adjustment period. I miss my family a lot. I'm excited to see them soon. But, just like I said before, everything I went through this year is going to make me a better person and a better player, so I'm thankful for it all.
Nicholas Kwan from On Point Basketball. Have you had conversations with the Raptors 905 or the Toronto Raptors management on the future?
I'm a little bit. I won't really get into detail with that, but I've had conversations with them about the future. We're really just looking to take it one step at a time, We're here, we're trying to make the playoffs, and then up top with the Raptors, we're trying to get a good spot in the playoffs. So there's a lot of basketball left to be played. A lot of this stuff is a lot bigger than me, so I'm just going to keep showing up every day, trying to bring energy to the building and be the best guy I can. So that's it.
You took charge of the game when you needed to be taking charge of. Remind you of being back at Rutgers?
For sure. That's what I'm kind of used to. Being a 4-year guy there, 2-year captain, just being used to the ball in my hands a lot, being used to kind of mediating the game. And those guys made it easy for me, man. It's a lot different when you're playing in college and you're playing with pros. So, those guys really made it easy for me. Those guys made the right play, made the right cuts, were in the right spot for me to find them. So it just made it a lot easier for me.
A while ago, I asked Christian Koloko if being in a late game situation, how it is from a player's perspective. I'm just wondering if this, and essentially what he said was, he loves it, you get to see who's who. So I'm just wondering if the same sentiments are felt in a situation where the entire game is a must win and every second of the game is crucial, or is there added pressure?
Nah, there's never pressure. I love it. In college, I used to tell my teammates, in college you got the media timeouts, you get to the under 4 timeout, and I used to tell my guys there's a close game. It's where boys become men and men become boys, and that's the bottom line, who you want to be today. So, that's kind of a mindset I carry into the game. And, today we were a bunch of men out there, especially in the last 4 minutes where we prevented them from coming back after such a heartbreaking loss the other day. So proud of my guys, proud of my men. We went out there and we handled business for sure.
Talking about your 11 assists, you had a bunch of nice blocks to Kyler Kelly. How important is he to opening up your offense?
Man, it's unbelievable. Ever since Kyler got here, before Kyler got here, I probably even get 5 assists in a game. And since he's been here, I've been upwards by 10. So just shows you the kind of difference that guy makes. He never complains. I might miss him sometimes on a lob, but he'll never complain. He'll never cry. He'll just be like, just find me on the next one and we're good. And I'm like, I got you, Kai. So, I appreciate his game more than he can ever know. He's a great pro in my eyes, and he just shows up every day and he works. When Kyler first got here, he wasn't playing much for like a week. more than a week, a couple weeks, 3, even maybe a month, and then he just stayed the course and kept working. And then, you know, now he's starting for us, playing big minutes in big games. So I'm so proud of Kyler. So happy to be his teammate. You know, me and him out there, we kind of establishing a little duo in that pick and roll. I'm finding my guy up top for them lives.
Koby, congrats on a great game. You've been through almost a full year of professional basketball, starting with the CEBL last summer. In that year, what have you learned about yourself?
I learned that no matter what situation I'm put in, I'm going to do my job, whether it's to come for it, like to score for a team, defend for a team, or just be a cheerleader. No matter what role you put me in, I think I'm going to excel in it. So I think what I learned about myself is that no matter what happens, I'm still the same person. I'll still work. I'll still come to work every day and contribute to my teammates and, you know, try to help my team win no matter the situation I'm in. So I think that's the biggest thing I learned about myself.
First half, you made a corner 3 and then a left wing 3, and then kind of got into your bag a little bit, and you hit this rainbow fadeaway. Were you in like sort of the right elbow area? Was there an extra bit of confidence that went into that shot, or was that just in the flow of things?
No, it was just in the flow of things, and that's just something I do every day. I work out all the time after the games, before the games and stuff. So I had confidence in it just because I do it every day. So like I said, when I'm ready to check in, I'm always going to be ready. So that was it.
Nicholas Kwan from On Point Basketball. 21 minutes tonight, and by far the most playing time you've had so far with the 905. What was the impetus behind that? Did you have like conversations with coach, or was it something else?
Nah, I just my number was called, and I had to do what I had to do. It was nothing that really went into it. There was no like, yo, today you're gonna play today. You just in this profession, you gotta just always be ready, no matter what. So that's just all it was.
And I've been wanting to ask you since you joined the team, you know, what's it like playing for a hometown crowd?
I mean, it feels good to be home, for sure. But, you know, like sometimes I'd be telling my family not to come just because. Just because, like, I'm not trying to be like, I just say it just because, you know, I know they want to come and watch me play. And, you know, sometimes that may not happen. And I don't want to deal with that stuff after the game. So it's cool to be home, you know, but at the same time, it's just, you know, it's the same as everywhere else. Whether I'm in Europe or playing with the CBL or whatever team I'm on, it's pretty much the same.
You're fairly new to the team. How has the transition been playing on the 905?
It's been tough, actually. G League's a whole different ball game compared to the basketball I've been playing up till now. So just coming in on the fly and having to learn everything on the fly, and we don't really it's not like we practice every day and go over all the stuff. So it's just really, it's been tough to kind of adjust, but you know that's the business, that's the name of the game. You got to come in and learn fast, or else you know you're gonna get left behind. So like I said, it's been tough, but you know I've been adjusting pretty well.
What's been the biggest difficulty that you had to deal with in that transition?
Like I said before, I'm used to playing a lot, like 30 minutes, and a lot of games I didn't touch the court at all. So that's probably been like the toughest part about coming here. But at the same time, like I said before, whatever role you throw me in, I'm gonna exceed it. I'm gonna exceed in it. So I don't want to make it sound like I'm complaining or anything like that, but just telling you the honest truth. So yeah.
You played with Jeremiah for the Honey Badgers. Although he wasn't here much longer before you, was there any type of comfortability with him being here?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, JT's was one of my better friends playing in the CBL, and it was just having a familiar face, joining a new team. That's always like a sigh of, like, it's like always a relief, you know, when you know someone there, because it's a bunch of new guys, and a lot of these guys are American and not even Canadian, so it's a little bit different. So it was good having JT here just to help me get acclimated and stuff like that.
When growing up did you realize, like, this is what I want to do, this is what
3 years old. Dead serious. Like I remember I used to live somewhere. I used to live at like Kipling and like Steeles, something like that. And when I was 3, and my dad bought me a Fisher-Price net when I was about that age, and I was watching like Vince Carter and stuff, like the cliche story that every Toronto kid has. And ever since then, like, it's not like I knew what I wanted to do at 3 years old, but like I never stopped playing since I was 3. So, yeah.
How satisfied were you with the energy your team brought tonight, knowing the pressure that was on them?
Yeah, it's back-to-back games. They've played with a lot of force and a lot of fight. It's a very competitive group from top to bottom. I would say Sterling and Ron really lead the charge on that. Before every game, they're talking to the group. They're pulling the group together. I think with about 5 minutes to go, Ron needed a breather, but he was still on the bench, and he brought everyone together and started talking about the importance of finishing up strong. So it's a really competitive group, and they've shown it a lot recently.
How come you didn't keep Kyler in to get his double-double? 1 rebound away.
They went super small. He made a good point that he could have locked them up and just got a bunch of dunks at the other end. I probably should have trusted him, to your point, and let him get the double-double. But they went tiny. They went with Tyrese Martin at the 5. There wasn't a great matchup for him. When you have the lead, you don't need to have a bunch of variance in the game. You're trying to play steady basketball. So to match them was probably okay. If it was vice versa and we want to mess up the flow of the game, then maybe we would have made it a little bit more chaotic out there. But didn't need that variance.
How much has Ron changed as a player throughout this year for you?
He's a lot more confident now. He initially, I guess he was coming out of Raptors training camp where kind of he knew he was most likely to get minutes by sprinting to the corner and kind of staying out of the way, and when the ball swings to him, knock down a shot. But over here, he can be more of a playmaker, and he was a great playmaker today, both for himself and others. Off of drag, pick and rolls were great. He would just come down, get a screen from Kai and make the right read, or play swing, let the ball come back to him and attack. So he's really grown as a player.
I don't think we've seen Jeff sit out in street clothes in a game and still be active here. Or sorry, not be active, but be down with the 9 to 5. What is he like on the bench when he's in that role, when he's not playing, but he just has to be a voice on the bench?
Yeah, I joked with him that he should get a quarter zip. He was joining us in huddles. He was making great points. He sees the game. So, I mean, he's a point guard at the end of the day, which is when he's playing, he's a coach on the floor. So today he was a coach in the huddles.
Coach, big question is before first year as a head coach, what did you learn about yourself?
I learned pretty early on that you can spend a lot of time coming up with all these game plans and practice plans and all that, but they really don't mean much if you don't communicate well with the players and you don't discuss, like, get to know them and get to know how they're feeling and what role they're looking for. And you find as a leader of a group, the most important thing is taking a bunch of individuals and their individualistic goals and putting them together in a pot in a way that the team goal of winning will still present itself. So you have to manage a lot of, there's 12 different guys, and when you add assignments, like, the number creeps up to 13, 14, 15, taking all those goals and putting them together and kind of finding a way for everybody to contribute as a group. And the best teams are the ones that their individual goals line up in a way that wins well, and the teams that struggle are the ones where people are looking after different things. So I'd say that's something I probably knew a bit going in and realized how important that was pretty quickly.
And how much have you learned about Tyler Kelly over this last month or so?
Man, Kai's the hot question lately. I mean, it's awesome. He joined our team midway through the year, and now he's a starter. He plays super hard, great personality, understands the game so well. He's flying all over the place in the right ways. He was able to rim run multiple times, make the right read that they slowed down for the pick and roll, and he just ran right by them, and we're able to throw it over the top for a finish. So Kai's been playing really well.
How are you going to keep the winning momentum moving forward to still play in the playoffs?
We don't have momentum. We won one game. I guess it's better than losing. We got 2 more games. We don't control our destiny. We need some luck from other people, but if we win, we give ourselves a shot. If we don't win, who knows? So at the end of the day, we talked about it before the game. Find your reason why you want to compete, whether it's to to make the playoffs, whether it's to get noticed by a scout, to get a two-way position, to put some good tape out there for a summer league job, for a training camp invite, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, scouts are looking for players who contribute to winning basketball. The best way to show you contribute to winning basketball is 5 guys doing that and getting a win.